Alright, so let's talk about how to find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of a binomial distribution. So if you have a question that is binomially distributed, right, there's 3 formulas that you need to know, okay? Now, in order to find the mean, variance, and standard deviation, right, these 2 formulas, right, the mean, these are in the formula book, right? So this one's also in the formula book. This one right here is not in the formula book, so you have to remember to get the standard deviation. Basically, all you're doing is you're just square rooting, right, the variance. Okay, so just remember to get standard deviation, you use square root variance, right? So you square root variance. Okay, so let's take a look at this example here. So it says a coin is tossed 50 times, and x is the number of tails which occur, right? So find the mean and variance of x. So now we have x, let's define it, all right? It's the number of tails, so basically getting tails. So the probability of this happening is 50%, right? So we have a binomial distribution here where the number of trials is 50 and the probability of success getting tails is 0.5, 50%. Right? So once we've established that this is a binomial distribution, right, because it meets those 4 requirements, right, if we need to find the mean or variance, so we need to find the mean. So the mean is really easy. Whenever you're trying to find the mean, the formula is just, so we use the symbol mu is equal to n is the number of trials times p, the probability of success, which is 0.5. So in this case, we'll get 25. If we need to find the variance, right, that's just, so variance, all right, is equal to n times p, right? So we know, I'll just write again, n times p, 0.5, times 1 minus p, which is 0.5, right? So if we just set this up, let's see what that's going to give us. Let's calculate this real quick. Let me use the calculator here. And then we've got 50 times 0.5 times 1 minus 0.5 is another 0.5. So we're going to end up with 12.5, right? 12.5. All right, so this would be our variance. Now, if you have variance and let's say you happen to need to find standard deviation, right? So just understand that if you need to find standard deviation, right, you're just square rooting the variance. So it would be the square root, right, of your previous answer. So I have my previous answer. I can just square root it. The square root of my previous answer, 12.5, right, that would give me 3.5355, right? So the square root of 12.5, that's going to give me 3.5355, 3.5355, okay? So just keep in mind, these 2 formulas here are in the formula book, right? So when you're taking the test, these are in the formula book, no need to memorize them. But standard deviation, right, for a binomial distribution, you have to remember to get standard deviation, you have to square root the variance, okay?